Welcome to This Week in BJJ, the only show running the gamut of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and running it live every Friday night.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of This Week in BJJ. Today is July 20th, 2012. I'm Budo Jake, and I want to remind you that we have a chat room just below the video player. Scroll down there, choose a username, and if you have any questions for us, feel free to put those in there. And also, I'd like to ask you guys to please leave us a review on iTunes if you enjoy the show. We'd appreciate it. I'm joined here, as usual, with Budo Dane. How's your week going?
It's going great. I'm working on stuff, and it's been super fun, if not a little bit frustrating.
Very good. Sean Williams back again this week. Welcome back. How's everything with you?
Really good. Yeah, school's going great. Been working, starting to train a little bit more now.
All right.
It's good. It's great.
Cool. And tonight we have a special guest, one of my favorite guys to watch compete.
Yeah.
He has such an exciting game, no stalling, always pushing for the submission. One of the best guys in the sport, Bill Cooper.
What's up, everybody?
And Bill, you made a special request for a beer that I'd never heard of called Rogue Beer, a special one, hazelnut brown nectar.
Yeah, it's tasty. I like it. I can't remember who introduced it to me. But it's good.
You said it,
That must have been a good night.
Right? Yeah.
you said it was the best in the world.
It's got to be. Yeah, I've tried a lot of beers. Traveled, you know me. I traveled good distances.
Right. Wow.
I gotta say this one's one of the tastiest ones. Cheers.
Well, before we cheers, guys, this is for Steve and Priscilla in New York. They're getting married tomorrow. Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Bill, you kind of win on this one, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good call.
I think you win.
I told you.
That is really good.
You're taking more gold.
That's really good.
That is awesome.
What percentage is this?
Enough.
Doesn't even say. Wow, that's great. So we got a lot of things to talk about, but first let's talk about our guest, Bill. You had some great matches at the Grappler's Quest. Was it 2 weeks ago? Tell us a little bit about your experience there.
Yes, I had 3 matches. Marcelo Mafra, Fredson Pashao, and a cat from Team Mika, which is a new cat in the pro leagues right now. I lost the name, but yeah, I had fun. Had great matches. It was cool. It was a 2-day event. People got to see grapplers and UFC fighters, and it was a cool little 2-day event for Vegas.
Right.
People that were in Vegas at that weekend.
For sure. And one of the things that I love about watching you compete, and we've talked about this before, is that it's always balls out. You're always pushing for the submission. Do you think that's the smartest strategy, or is that just like, for a tournament? Is that the smartest strategy for you?
Depending on the rules, depending on the tournament, which I really like how Simmons have the rules now. No points for the first 10 minutes. And I think it really holds nothing back. I mean, that's what people are there for. You know, for submissions, they want to see us tap. They don't want to see a boring match, or just wins by points. And really, there's no really a winner. You can't say, oh, that guy won, till the guy taps out like, oh, that guy gave up. That's a real
Right.
good call, saying mercy. Uncle Sam. But yeah, I've always trained in the dojo in my gym. With that kind of rule, that kind of mindset, don't hold nothing back. Just go for submissions. No one's watching, no one's counting points. So that worked out perfect for me, which I like at the end. Then after 10 minutes, they have a 5-minute match. Then they start collecting points, which is good, and it kind of pushes
So your
pace
opponents,
more.
when there was the no points period, could you feel from them that they were, were they letting go too, or were they still playing safe?
Yeah, they're playing. Some were trying to ride the time, but if they did, their feet would be, or something would be open. Their game, they're not really playing their game. They're
Right.
playing a stalling game. I mean, some people that's their game. Well, they're going to get caught because I'm not holding nothing back. I don't care about getting swept. So why not go for something,
Right.
So, yeah, I like this rules a lot. I really do. I like going for the sub. I'm willing to give up a sweep for a submission attempt,
Right.
I'm not afraid of being on bottom. That's whole part of the game, Being comfortable at any position you're at. I was in side control, I remember. And I remember kind of getting a little startled. I'm like, oh, whoa, Marfa's got, side control on me. He's got 3 points. Oh, wait a minute. This is the 10 minutes. It's all good. So I was happy.
Well, even in the
Yeah.
Worlds, I remember you got a sweep once, and you just went right for the pass. And I was like, this guy does not give a crap.
Yeah. Well, if I felt for the Worlds, you put the pressure on right away, especially in the gi. You got to put on the pressure right away. So other things can open up in the because of the point system. I don't like to think about the points. I don't like being in a rush at the very end. I hate that.
Right.
So I just try to get it over with, in the beginning, and so I have more time to rest later. I don't. And remember, the black belt matches are 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long match.
So, and I had like 6 matches to win. So I tell you that's 60 minutes right there.
Yeah. Right.
So I mean, it could be 60 minutes or it could be 6 minutes.
Right.
You can be finished your tournament in 6 minutes.
Do you think you could have a better performance at the Worlds if you would stall a little bit?
If I stall a little bit, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You can never say. I think I would be. You'd see more if the rules were different. Instead of stalling, let's have the rules change up a little more. I got a couple things against some of the rules. Especially if you're a black belt and there's no leg reaping. That should be allowed. Come on, you're a black belt. A lot of these rules should be allowed. I think even the can opener, it's legit. It's not something you grab and you snap right away. You can control and slowly put on the torque. Those kind of moves, I mean, especially as a black belt, that should be allowed. Come on, you're a black belt. All moves should be allowed. Of course, the neck cranks, where you're twisting the neck, and that I could see some of that could be very dangerous for the spinal cord. But I mean, as far as limbs, heel hooks, calf slicers, I think that should be allowed in the black belt Worlds.
Even in the gi?
Even in the gi, yes.
Well, my friend
yeah.
Felipe Fogelin, I mean, to support what you said, the best, one of the ways you could stop the 50-50 stalling is if in the black belt division they allowed heel hooks.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's I would never put myself in a 50-50 position.
No way.
If heel hooks are allowed.
And I've heard you make the same kind of comments, John.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I gotta say, Bill, I'm glad you don't stall. It makes you exciting.
Yeah.
It makes you who you are, and people love to watch you because you're exciting. So, but yeah, for sure, if some of the rules would just have little, if there were heel hooks, it would be a different game altogether. Crazy different game, or even just leg reaping would make a different game.
Yep.
So
Yeah. I remember stalling at the end of a match, and that kind of got me in trouble. Being too stiff, getting swept, being too on my upper body, being too stiff on my upper body, not thinking about my legs and getting caught with a leg bar, a knee bar, and that's what's the rules. I like rules that don't have that make my mind think too much. And the rules for Grappler's Quest was perfect because I wasn't thinking so much of the points. I was just thinking about the submission. I like that. If my mind says not thinking about the point system, then they're doing a pretty good job. And I like it. That's what I'm going to do.
You're also staying very active with MMA also. You're supposed to have a fight last week.
I was, yeah. I had some contract issues.
By contract issues, do you mean they weren't going to pay you?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, it was changing all the time. The guy was late for the weigh-ins. The guy didn't make weight. We agreed to one pay. Winner show. Just for showing up. They wanted to change that. I only was going to get my other, half my pay only if I would knock them out. Then my 500 or 220% of his purse was going to be included, wasn't even in there. My medicals that I paid for out of my own credit card was taken out. So I was like really fighting for like $1,100. You know, I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, what if I get cut? I mean, I don't mind, but I'm gonna lose. What if you can lose a match for over a cut? I'm just gonna walk out with $1,000.
Right.
You know, I was happy with $3K. You know, okay, I lose. All right, at least I got some money. I can take care of my family for a little bit. I got this seal. I can't really roll and do private lessons, make money, put milk on the table. Well, at least I got that $3,000. You know, I could chill and relax for a month. You know, as it seals up.
Right.
I gotta kind of think like that. You know, this management and good friends told me, gotta watch your ass too. Don't always think in there in that cocky mindset. Oh, I'm gonna win. It doesn't matter. Well, that's how you're not gonna win. You have that mindset, you're gonna lose like that. You gotta be safe. You gotta play safe. So I did, and that's how what I felt was, oh, I'm the main event. We got him. Captured all his fans are here. Bought tickets. He can't pull out now. And okay, you want to think you got me like that on a leash? No. So I just walked right out. I really did. Just checked out, grabbed my shit, threw it in the back of my truck, and took off.
You have anything else lined up as far as fights go?
Right now, I probably got the set. Well, not as fights. Right now, I got a grappling tournament in my mind, the Samurai one, on the 12th, and then a fight after that, which I always like to give about a month and a half or a month and a week for preparation.
Right.
So right now, no, nothing on schedule.
All right. Well, lots of stuff in the news to talk about this week. First of all, I want to congratulate Ricardo Amendolia, a new black belt out of Ontario, Canada. He was in town visiting the Mendes brothers. Here you get to see a picture there. He's the guy on the left.
Nice.
Congratulations, Ricardo, getting his black belt. First black belt from the Mendes brothers.
Oh, cool. Faixa preta. Congratulations, Ricardo.
And there's another guy that got his black belt.
Yeah, DJ Jackson from Lloyd Irvin. Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yeah. 2012 World Brown Belt champion at middleweight. He got his black belt. I think we have a pic. There he is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Stud. I've been watching him a lot.
Yeah,
we had a great match at Grappler's Quest. He beat me by a heel hook.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, I was being lazy. Got my feet all lazy.
Right.
I was not thinking about it and just left it on the side of his hip. I went for it first, and then I didn't realize my feet were lazy and got the tap right there. I was winning by points too. It was like 10-0 or something like that. And that just tells you, you hold something back. I was kind of just using a footlock to rest, just to buy some time.
Right.
He's got great athlete, great energy, and
well, he has a wrestling background. Did he shoot any takedowns or did he?
Yeah, I think he got one or two in there. I got a couple in there myself too.
Right.
Got a couple of takedowns. But man, that was a great match. I keep watching over and over that match.
Right.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Were you having fun during the match, or was it something that happened?
Yes. Oh, scrambles were cool. I was doing scrambles I normally don't find myself in training camp. It was cool.
Right.
It was really cool. I was like, man, I wish I had a training partner like this to roll with every day. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, I watched that Lloyd Irvin. We were talking about that Irvine a little bit, or that interview a little bit earlier. And one thing he said, and it seemed crazy, is like he likes his guys to train a move at least 10,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that's the number of repetitions you need for it to work at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
What's your guys' experience with techniques? Are you guys products of repetition, or like especially at that level?
Yeah, I think absolutely. When I started, I repped the arm lock 50 times because I didn't know anything better. I learned an arm lock from guard. I did it 50 times every single day on both sides, every day. And that's the first move I finished anyone in training. And in my first competition, my second competition, I got an arm lock from the close guard. Was the first move that worked for me. And I did 50 every day for, it was like 7 months before, and then I got it to work, So I like the 10,000 rep or 10,000 hour rule. It's the outlier principle. It's awesome.
Well, it seems like, if anything, it's a confidence booster, right? Like you can say to yourself, I've done this thousands of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Help your composure a bit.
Yeah. How's your drilling, Bill?
Drilling's great. I do the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
quick movement, muscle memory. Be able to do it with my eyes closed. If I could do it with my eyes closed, my body's, second nature. Will just do it by listening, the body. About 5,000 each side,
Yeah.
Total 10,000.
Yeah.
I don't do 10,000 each arm, but yeah, I do about close,
Do you train equally on the left and right side?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes.
That's
Gotta
a-
be ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like favoring one side. I've been doing that lately, telling myself to pass, on my opposite side, my weak side. I'm always, using my right knee to grind in, but nope, I'm telling myself left side. A good a guy that I looked up to when I was like white belt, blue belt was Jean Malone. Jean Malone would always jump half guard on the opposite leg. On the guys, he beat Margarita, beat Salo.
He was tough, man.
Yeah, he beat a lot of the good guys, Roletta, like all these legends that are already world champions too. And I believe he's won numerous titles too. And yeah, his name's Jean Malone, and he brought the half guard game to Paragon, and he was pretty smart about jumping on the opposite leg all the time. He's like, man, jump on the opposite leg. They're not used to it. I'm like, that's right. So,
Well, we think
cool.
about passing and attacking on one side, and a lot of times we're stronger defending on one side too, right?
Yeah, it's typical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Defending one side better than the other, for sure.
Yeah, that's a name right there, Joe Malone. If you've never heard of the guy, go research it, because he was a beast.
What was his lineage?
Beast. He's a Lions guy, yeah?
Yes.
So, man, he was a monster. He always was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jean Malone.
Yeah. Really good.
That was sick matches.
Yep.
So,
Congratulations to DJ, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen their drilling. They drill like maniacs, and he's tough. Drills all the time, trains all the time. Great attitude, really nice guy. So, congratulations to him.
It'll be great to see him in the black belt division.
Yeah.
so speaking of competition rules, the IBJJF has decided to increase their gi weight classes by a half pound. So, Sean, do you think
Wow,
this
that's a lot.
right? It doesn't seem like that much weight, but I mean, people have blown weight by half pound.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Half a pound's kind of big.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like much, but if you're at the top,
Because you weigh in the same day, you
Yeah.
compete,
Right.
and the gi's 4 to 6 pounds.
yeah, that's like I think it's 24 ounces of water per pound. So imagine being able to drink a 12-ounce thing of water more than what you usually
Right.
can. That's big.
So it's every 12.5 now? Because it was every 12 pounds.
Right.
Starting at 147.5 is what I can remember. I used to
Right.
compete at that weight. That's why I know that number. But now I'm like in the 70s, 80s. Gained some pounds because of jiu-jitsu. And don't blame that at all. I love it. Weight is good. It's every. So you're saying the half a pound?
Half pound.
Only half a pound?
Yeah.
This is just for the adult masters and senior male division, not for the women, not for the
okay.
kids.
So it's not for just the adult division.
Yeah, adult division, the masters,
Okay.
and the seniors.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking about dropping to lightweight, which is 167 with the gi.
So it was 167 and a half.
Right.
So now it's
No.
168, right? Is that what they're saying?
Is that what it was? 167.
Wasn't it 167 before? Now
It was
it's 167
167 before.
167 before.
and a half.
I thought it was 67 and a half.
And I walk around 175. I don't know. For some reason, that half pound mentally makes me go, I could totally do that.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
You remember the old weight classes, right, Bill? Because you said 47 and a half. I don't
Yes.
know. I just can only remember with the no gi when we used to weigh in. We used to weigh in with no gi, so it was 47 and a half, 61 and a half,
Yep.
74 and a half, 87 and a half.
Yeah. There's
So
always
it
halves.
throws me- Yeah.
The halves are in there.
So even in gi tournaments, it would be without the gi. You'd
Mhm.
weigh in and then be like
Mhm.
suit up.
Yep.
Oh,
You
wow.
weighed the day before.
Yeah, you're right, Sean.
Yeah.
Lightweight was 167 and a half, so now it's 167. Feather was 154, now it's 154 and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, what was lightweight?
Lightweight is 168 now.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
That seems more manageable.
See, yeah. That extra 0.5.
So we were talking about different rule sets of tournaments earlier. Rose Gracie had a tournament last weekend with a very different rule set. It was submission only, no points whatsoever. So there's
Cool.
some footage out there of the tournaments, and the refs had basically nothing to do. they didn't have to score anything.
Make sure people didn't run into him.
Right.
The refs were literally sitting on the mat watching, waiting for a submission. So what an easy job that was. But it was interesting how different the matches were. People didn't care about the submission. Keenan versus Slick Rick. Keenan was mounted, and then he just rolled over to his back to finish a Kimura. That's something you probably wouldn't see in a point tournament. You wouldn't just give up the reversal like that. And then Hiron Gracie also had a fight with Carlos Eduardo Rocha, which you'll see him playing very lazily in the beginning of this clip here. Hiron's on the bottom, Carlos is on top. His legs totally stretched out. Carlos gets his guard pass here. Here, Hiron starts to turn it up.
I bet he can feel his experience just the first 10 seconds by just grabbing his collar. He can already tell oh, I can let this guy play around on me all day. Last minute, then I'll play.
Yeah.
That's how experienced and comfortable he is.
Is that how you can feel as soon as you put your hand on someone?
Yep, I can tell it by already what the first move they do on me, the way they grab my gi, the way they breathe, their facial expression, everything. Just that first 10 seconds, I can already know their level of experience.
Just like a Terminator, you're scanning them. Huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that, but yeah. Yep.
Sean, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, you can feel definitely by the level of the grip or how they grip or where they grip or how they move. Yeah, for sure you can tell what the guy is about pretty quickly through grip.
What tells you that, this is going to be tough?
When the grip is not only in the right place, but it's you go to release it and you're like this. Oh, shoot, man. Yeah. That's a bummer.
Yep. I've been there before.
Was that something you always had, or did that come with time?
I think it comes with time, no? What do you think?
Comes with time, for sure.
I mean,
getting your old man strength,
Yeah.
I finally felt like I finally have my old man strength now. Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily the awareness of the grip, but that composure to say, okay, I've got a game here, or I have this. That composure, did it come with time, or were you always, that competitive and kind of analyzing it?
Well, when you're not getting tapped in the gym as much,
right.
That's when you feel all right, my shit's working now,
Yeah.
That's when I feel more confident in it. When I'm not being tapped by the move, I'm trying to get it on people.
Right.
When it's working, when I'm tapping in, purples or browns like I should be, then I'll have more confidence in it,
Bill, you mentioned old man strength, and that's a phrase that's thrown out a lot. I don't know if it's thrown out in other sports, but I've heard it in jiu-jitsu all the time. Is that a real thing?
I say so.
My answer is yes.
I say yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
And what is it? Is it strengthening of the tendons and ligaments?
Must be. Yeah.
That's how I feel. My tendons, I can hold a squeeze longer. Just mentally stronger too.
Yeah.
You won't you're just mentally stronger.
Right.
Yeah. It's mental, but physical for sure. You're more explosive. You're pound for pound stronger. Maybe not as good as cardio as the young ones. I rode with some 16, 15-year-olds, man. I got Michael Ledesma, and these kids are whew. I thought that when I first met them, they're 18, 19 years old, just beasts. And no, they're just the dad tells me, no, they're 15, just turned 16. I'm like, oh my God, he's bigger than me. He's just a stud, So, yeah, it's spooky out. It's spooky to know that's out there. So, I always tell myself though, I don't. I respect that when I'm rolling with them, but I gotta tell myself, hey, no, you got it too. You're old man. You got old man strength, You gotta give these kids what's up, So, yeah, that just helps me. It's just also a mental thing, but also I believe it's physical too.
Where do you feel you are in your career in terms of peak?
The starting of my top. I think now I finally reached it. I felt like I finally understand or know jiu-jitsu now. I felt a month ago. I finally felt like it just finally clicked in. Now I'm so comfortable now. But I felt like this feeling for 2 years. But when a tournament or some experience happened to me, not too long ago, about a month and a half. Like I just finally felt like, okay, I understand it now. It all comes together. Now it's finally understand how to use jiu-jitsu and be confident and know all the tricks and trades of it, you know. So yeah.
So what caused that change a month or two ago?
I want to say prepping for a tournament and for the fight, going with different people and putting myself in bad positions and good, but just knowing like I had injuries too, and that's what I was like, wow, okay, I could go that far. Knowing my body limits, like during when I was injured, when I'm at my worst and at my highest point, that's when like getting ready for fights too. It's funny, like I get this more real comfortable feeling when I'm doing a jiu-jitsu tournament, but I don't get that feeling when I'm doing an MMA tournament yet.
Right.
I want to get that comfortable feeling, like I'm having fun when I'm doing MMA. Because when I'm doing jiu-jitsu, man, I can't tell you, I'm having so much fun. I can't wait. Like, yeah, let's go. Come on, kids, help me out. Get ready, you know. In an MMA fight, like, no, I want one more minute of the mitts. You know, I'm not ready yet. But I want to get that feeling for MMA. And once I get that feeling, it's going to be, things are just, not, everything's already turning out good. It's going to turn out better, you know. But yeah, I want to get that comfortable feeling.
Was there any one moment where you're like, I have this, or was it something you slowly realized?
Well, when I say I have this, that's when like moves come together. But when you have a game plan, like enough moves in your game, then you like, all right, I have this.
Right.
You know, when you've defeated a couple guys that have a good name. Like I told Glove too, you know, like remember, man, like someone told me, if you beat this guy and you beat that guy, you took his wins and you took his losses. You know, you're that much better now. You just took his wins. So I'll also give you a little confident boost because that guy beat someone that you're afraid of, but he just, you know, say for example, me, Jake, and Jeff. You know, Jake gets beat by Jeff, but I can't beat Jake. But Jeff could beat me, you know what I mean? Or I could beat Jake. It's like a triangle.
Right.
You know, styles make fights. But at that given point, though, that's when you can't think about that. But that gives you that confidence. That gives you like, all right, I got this. Right. You know, I could really attempt anything I want. You know, and have confidence wherever it goes. That's what I do at a tournament. I don't care now. I've been in that position too many times. You know, like I know where every position, upside down, in an angle, 360-degree view, like I've been there, done it. You know, have so many mat hours on there.
Right.
You know.
I mean, for both of you guys, right? It seems like you've weathered most of the storms there are to weather. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You mentioned being comfortable in competition, but I've also heard experienced guys have told me you got to feel a little bit of nerves, otherwise you're not taking it seriously enough.
For me, if I'm too relaxed, I perform like crap. Like crap. I've been very the time that I commentated, like I was I was just had so much going on that I felt like I didn't even know where I was. Very relaxed, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I think you have to be a little bit, like he said, he's fired up when he's, you know, getting in there. I think you need some excitement. You can't be overexcited. You can't be too relaxed.
So in your case, maybe you should have turned on some Slayer or something.
Yeah, some Slayer would have been good. A little Rain and Blood action, like.
Yeah. Love it.
that always does it.
Jeez.
So Bill, when you're going into competition, do you have to bring yourself down or do you have to amp yourself up?
Well, you know, it's like funny. Every tournament is a little different. Every tournament is a little different.
You absorb that energy, right?
I do. I make sure also don't get myself too hyped up. Don't get my blood so pumped up, and then you'll be drained. You know, and then of course you tell yourself, don't go in there too cold. Then you'll get, you know, shocked. Your muscle shocked, like. So you got to like find the balance. You know, you got to find that balance.
It feels like it's a very like slim road. Right?
It is. You know, I mean, from the bullpen, from your name getting called. From, you know, thinking about, should I just go back to the bullpen or should I just stay here because they might not, you know, they're going to call my name, or this will motivate me if I stay out if I don't go back to the bullpen, they see me, I'm ready. I want to go for my next match. You know, that all plays factors in your matches. You know, the guy's ready. Like, all right, Cooper, you're up next. I'm like, cool. I used to hate going back to the bullpen because I felt like they would have to look for me. And, you know, like, man, just here, keep my ID. I'm right here. I'm ready. And let's just get it over with. I'm hot. I'm ready. I brought one gi today. Come on. You know, because they get sweat. Now I'm learning. That's one thing. As a black belt, I learned a little bit of my brown belt times to bring an extra gi. Because you're going to get your nerves, you sweat through that first gi, and you try to warm back up in that gi. It's like cold. Oh, it sucks. It sucks warming in a cold gi, so I throw that one away and put another one back on, and I'm fresh. I feel good. Like, this is how I like it, you know. It's that feeling I get in the gym, I try to get that gym feeling at the tournament. You know, I was telling Glover, like, you know, I think most of our battles, the best battles we had were at a gym. Like, the best, coolest moves we done were at a gym. Like, man, what did we just do? That was sick. And, you know, it happens usually at a gym. That's the highlights mostly happen. I think majority of 70% of our cool stuff happen inside of the gym.
Right, it's like the last 3 rolls that you have of the night where you're just like, F it. I've got 15 minutes left tonight. Let's go.
Yeah, just exactly. Get that extra sweat out, you know, get that cardio going. End up, you know, really going hard.
Yeah.
Busting cool shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping the wisdom, guys. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
BudoVideos.com, home of the world's largest selection of quality Jiu-Jitsu kimonos. Show-Your Roll, Storm, Tatami, Bull Terrier, Venom, and others. Styles from more than 30 top brands in stock and ready to ship. BudoVideos.com. You're only a click away from owning a new gi today.
Hi, I'm Rick Brown from LibertyStrengthTraining.com, and I'm here from my friends at Kaizen Athletic to introduce to you the new Kaizen Athletic Power Mace. If you're a grappler, if you do Jiu-Jitsu, if you need a strong grip, you need a Power Mace. Every time you pick it up, your hands are gripping this thick handle, and you're getting a workout for your forearms, your elbows, your arms, and your hands. It's incredible. I'd like to show you a few of the movements that you can do with these 4 different sizes. The Kaizen Athletic Power Maces are available in 15, 20, 30, and 45 pounds and are available at BudoVideos.com.
We really don't give a shit about that, man. Like, come on.
Okay, guys, welcome back. So, your friend Brian Simmons, he had a few comments for the ADCC in that he doesn't feel that the ADCC is paying out enough. And he had a few other criticisms. I think we have a video clip coming up here.
Like Abu Dhabi, like they give a lot of money away, but they could give a lot more. They're billionaires, bro. Like, listen, give more money to these guys. Scrape the bottom of the oil barrel, excuse my reference, but scrape the bottom of it and come up, and we're like $4 or $5 a barrel. You can give these guys $100,000 per weight class. I will do the best I can. $10,000 is a lot of money for me. It's a lot. We have great sponsors now, and we're doing what we can. But listen, if Abu Dhabi, you want to keep up with Grappler's Quest, give these guys $100,000. Give them $100,000. It's that easy. It's like $10,000 is a joke. They're offended. It's offensive at this point that it's been the same way for 12, 13, 15 years. Or get out of the sport.
Wow.
Strong comments.
Strong words.
So, the ADCC is currently, as far as I know, it's just the biggest payout in the sport.
Of submission grappling.
Of submission grappling, not jiu-jitsu.
Right.
But of submission grappling. Well, there's the Abu Dhabi.
Well, there's the Abu Dhabi Pro, which is the gi, and the ADCC, which is no gi. Both of them paying the most out of any organization.
Right, which has only started 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
The Pro Cup.
The Pro Cup, right?
Right. There's so many questions with this. One, I mean, so I guess should there be more money in the sport, or
Well, there always should. I think we.
Yeah, I'd love more money in the sport. Of course, yeah.
Phil, would you like more money?
Yes, of course.
No, I just having too much lately.
Yeah,
I need a little break.
100,000. No.
I can't find a place to put
But
it.
to me, it's like just because you have money doesn't mean you should pay more, right? You know, if Sean has more money than you, should he pay more for the Lamborghini than you pay? No.
No,
The product is priced based on what the value to the marketplace is. Yeah. And for grapplers, it's how much money are you bringing to the organization? And sadly, it's a niche sport.
Yeah.
And we're not able to attract the big sponsors that we need to pay out the big dollars. And I think Brian's doing a great job with his organization, but I mean, thankfully the guys in Abu Dhabi are paying out a lot more.
Yeah.
I don't think they're getting a return on that investment.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm sure that they have their business sense together. Like those dudes are.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I love Brian. I love his event because I know it since the beginning. Actually, the first I was for the first Grappler's Quest, but it wasn't even Grappler's Quest. The idea came from one of my good friends at Hensel's and another guy, and Brian was at that tournament. It was called I think it might have been called Grapple in the Apple or something, something like this, right? It was in 1997. Was the first tournament in the New York area, and Brian was there, and I think my friend and them got together, and then Grappler's Quest kind of formed out of that. And so I've known him since then, 1997. And he's been a great ambassador to improve the sport. But I do think you can't criticize other people that are also giving to the sport, right? They're doing their thing, and ADCC is huge, and it's it's getting notoriety, and I'm sure with their business sense, when the money's there, they'll hopefully provide it.
Right.
I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think it's an or proposition. It's not ADCC or Grappler's Quest, right? I mean, if everybody had their say, they would do both.
Both, yeah. I think
or if
awesome.
ADCC had one every month like Grappler's Quest, then
right, that would change the landscape.
Yeah. I think both events are amazing.
But it seems like there's a little more paid tournaments are making their inroads, right? The IBJJF is going to have a paid tournament later this year. Yeah. Grappler's Quest has theirs, Abu Dhabi ADCC, and now the Abu Dhabi Pro. So it's getting to the point where you could make a living if you're one of the best, by grappling full time.
It's getting there. I think it's getting there. I like if we look at the model of judo, they win prize money at it's not a lot of prize money, but the best guys could be making 70, 80, 90,000 a year. I think that's pretty sweet, and they have got the ranking systems, and and I think we're getting there. And a lot of there's some guys doing some ranking systems now, right? Like somebody's got a ranking system out. Did you see it?
No.
Oh yeah.
It's out. Somebody has it.
Yeah.
I apologize if they're listening and I don't know who it is, but
I remember there's two kind of systems. There's ranked and there's rated.
Yeah.
There's a rated system and there's ranked system. The ranked is for all the tournaments, and rated, well, there's only certain tournaments that's under a rated qualifying. Mm-hmm. So they give you not points, but they rate you and your skill level, or this guy has had more submissions but less time, so they rate the best at the end. They'll rate the best grappler of the year. Under rank.com, you get a reward. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Bill, do you think it's possible for you to make a decent living just competing, or do you think you have to teach in order to supplement your income?
Depends on the sponsor. Sponsors could really make it. I mean, depends on your living situation. If you have $500 a month, $600 of bills, and if you have a sponsor that's going to take care of you that halfway there or that and then some, then hallelujah to you. But it's really all boils down to your sponsor. And also where you're living too. California is tough to, I lived in Vegas. I lived a little bit in Florida. I lived in Texas. I lived
pretty harsh here, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be on the up and up. You got to be on your toes. You can't be lazy here.
Right.
Cool, hang loose lifestyle. Yeah. But really, everything's expensive. You're really not hanging, too loose. You're really, you're working here. And me and my fiance, we're working every day, Monday through Friday, living check to check. And we barely have a one bedroom for $1,100, and it's me, my wife, my fiance, and my son, and that's just not even a room, a studio. It's $1,100, and I barely make like $500-600 a week from everything, sponsors and teaching at a place. But I do agree. I think you have. I mean, right now, if you live in California, you have to teach a little bit for sure. Private lessons on the side, group classes, seminars is key. I remember I quit my gym because of that. I had my gym for 4 years. It ran successful. If I just wanted to teach it, it could have got bigger, but I felt that the competition scene was still calling me, and I did what's best for the both of us. I stopped it, and I'm sorry. I just felt like it's time for me to go. That I still feel I have my name to be. My name should still be crowned in some tournaments. It feels good to compete, and everyone stoked to hear when I compete. Oh, when's the next tournament? Well, cool. If that's what the people want me to do, then that's what I want to do. Then that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't want to be stuck at a gym. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's cool though, helping people out that love the sport, that help you get there to your next tournament. But you don't want to be stuck on it for too long. But I do feel you're like half and half. You got to teach and you got to train too. And find the good sponsors that are really there for you.
Right. That's
really going to help you get there.
I know what you're saying, because I see guys on the other side of the fence that are great competitors that are teaching full time. And I feel for them. I wish they would go out and compete, because they could tear it up.
That because
It's
also
tough.
the management. They might not have a good manager or a good salesman that's looking out for them, or they're probably not that good at looking for sponsorships. Like I wasn't that good looking for sponsorships. What helped me a lot was I didn't have to really pay rent in Santa Barbara. I was living at my grandma's house. Luckily she had a house she already paid for. I wasn't really paying that much rent, so I was using the extra money to go to do tournaments. And then when I want to live by myself, I was like, wow, I need some more financial support. I'm going to have to work a little bit on the side. No problem. I'll work a couple classes to pay for my rent, and then I'll do the tournaments, and seminars will be for my expenses and, etc. But yeah, it's tough. Depending what your goal is. I mean, MMA is pretty tough on the body. I need good food. I need my massage. I need my ice bath. I need good water. I need good, I need good training partners too. Sometimes the training partners wasn't there. I had to go pay for them, or I had to pay for myself to go fly out and get the good training.
Right.
So you have to find a balance. But big key, if I could tell all these future fighters and jiu-jitsu players, get the best sponsor out there that for you. That's there for you too, not just there for their business, but they believe in you to be champion. I heard a story about GSP. This couple businesses shut down George St. Pierre, and they wish now they're back with him. Like, man, we shut him down. We could have got him for, sign a contract. He was signing with us for $1,000 a month for 5-year contract, and he was already a champion in 3 years. And look, they blew it this time. But another sponsor got on the wagon, But that's the key. Find a good sponsor that's there for you, that's willing and believes in you, and it's going to help you get there.
Good words from Bill Cooper.
Yeah.
So, in the news last week, as reported by the New York Post, a guy named Gaston Cavallari snatched apprehended a purse snatcher in Central Park. He was walking down. He was doing some. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He was doing some body weight training, and he saw a guy running carrying somebody else's purse. He chased it after him, put him took their back, and held him until it
Nice.
We all quietly want to be superheroes. Let's be honest about it.
You hear the John Jones story.
Yes, yeah.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. we all want to do some Batman business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see jiu-jitsu making the news in stories like that. This guy also has a book that I spent a few hours reading last week called the guy's name is Gaston. The book is called Gaston's Secret, The Lottery Child. Turns out he was born in the projects in England and had a really rough childhood. His mom won like $30 million in the lottery, and now he has all this money. So he's spending it traveling the world, training jiu-jitsu in Brazil, doing all this stuff, and he's in New York.
Where do you cash that? I mean, I just 30 million. Does the bank really have 30 million?
Yeah. I'd like to cash this and have it all right back.
Right. Yeah.
Oh crap!
Deposit maybe $100.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the minimum so I don't get charged the fee over here?
Oh, how would you like that, sir? A truck? Is that available? I don't think I can carry it in bags.
God, that's funny.
So I did an interview with Gaston a few days ago. Let's check it out. So Gaston, how are you doing today?
Yeah, good, mate. How's things?
Everything's great around here.
Good.
I spent all night last night reading your book. I want to talk to you a little bit about your book called Gaston's Secret, The Lottery Child. Okay. I also want to talk to you about the incident in Central Park. But first, can you tell me how you got started training and where you were training jiu-jitsu in the UK?
Yeah, mate. So, look, in the book, Gaston was training jiu-jitsu, and the actual location, I don't. The book's called Gaston's Secret, basically. So I like to keep some things of my life a little bit secretive. So, although I've exposed a lot of things in the book, I still don't like to share exactly who I am. I mean, I travelled around South America for the last 40 months, and I'd go to academies, but I wouldn't quite tell them my story. So I do like to keep some of my life quite secretive, which is why I've written the book Gaston's Secret. So I tried to sort of open up a lot of things there, but to actually pinpoint an exact academy where I'm from, I don't. I like to keep a couple of secrets,
Right, absolutely. In the book, you talk about, of course, the miracle of your mom winning the lottery, and you say that you haven't met a person luckier than yourself. Do you still see it as a good thing, winning the lottery? Because you talk about a lot of the negative effects of that as well.
Oh, mate, yeah, 100%. I mean, I'd rather be sitting on this side of the fence than the other. It's awesome, mate. I guess when I say I'm lucky, I mean I was lucky enough to not have money at one stage, and then to have money. That's I realise what it's like to be sitting on the other side without money. So I like the simple things, mate. So I get pretty good thrills out of just being in Brazil and doing a bit of training and eating coconuts and enjoying the beach down there. So I'm pretty lucky, mate. I wouldn't change this seat for anything.
Right. And you mentioned training. Are you still training now?
Yeah. So I've just come to New York, and I was looking for an academy there I got here about probably almost 4 weeks ago. So I found an academy here in on Broadway in Manhattan. So just started training, and just loving it, mate. So I went to training last night, and I'll do it again tonight.
Excellent. Gaston, when I was reading your book, you mention a lot of how the money just tore your family apart, and you talk about how you lost your trust in people. And I was really hoping that would turn around and you would come off on a positive light at the end, but I didn't feel that way. Do you still feel that you've lost your faith in the goodness of people?
Mate, so I was in countries that didn't speak my language there for a long time, and now I've come back to New York. So coming here, mate, it's like I'm trying to evolve and get back into that sort of English thing of life, mate. And Yeah, no, look, man, I trust people, mate. It's just that when you put money on the table, it doesn't happen. You know, sometimes people want the whole cake. You know, so but yeah, no, pretty sweet, mate. I mean, you know, you've always got to have a little bit of a trust issue, I think. So, but yeah, all good, mate.
All right. Now, Gaston, you made headlines recently with an incident in Central Park. Can you walk me through what happened there?
Well, I was in the park, and it's funny that it's sort of made out to be such an issue, because the issue was just basically someone's grabbed a bag and he was running down the road. A girl starts screaming and crying help or whatever. I'm with the guy, and we're just doing a bit of a body weight session, push-ups and whatever in the park, and this guy's legging it down the road. I see people starting to chase him, and he's getting away. I didn't really know the guy I was training with too well, so I said, mate, do you mind if I get out of here? I'll come back in a second. I'll just go and try and get this bloke. So he said, yeah, go for it, and chased him down, and when I got to him, actually, I was sort of chasing back. I can't remember, 500 or 600 metres, something like that, and when I got to him, I just remembered that I popped the shoulder out down in Brazil in mid-February, just before Carnival, actually, and my shoulder was hurting, and I totally forgot, because when I'm at training with the Jiu-Jitsu, you can protect your shoulder a bit by putting it in your pants, or your hand in your pants, or locking it down in your belt or something. So when I got to him, I just thought, oh no, my shoulder's gone. But anyway, so I just thought, oh, we'll get on his back and just stick to his back and that. So anyway, mate, yeah, that was it. Next thing I knew, there was people cheering and carrying on in the area. But yeah, I just wanted to get the bag back, mate.
Right. Did you ever worry about your own safety, or was it one of those things where you just went on automatic pilot?
I think I did when I got to him, because I as you probably read in the book, I'd done a similar thing once before, and the bloke pulled a gun on my head, and that's the story in the book. But and after that first time when I chased someone down and copped a weapon, I always told myself that I was stupid, and told myself I'd never do it again. And but then for some reason I chased this guy and caught him, and I'd already arrived at him. And in the end, he was only a young bloke anyway. But you know, you don't really know that when you're trying to get the bag back. But I just knew if I stayed on his back, it was sweet. You know, he was a bit of a wuss in the end anyway.
Right. So, Gaston, you've led a very interesting life so far. Do you have any future goals or plans?
Yeah, let's see. I want to be back in Brazil training Jiu-Jitsu as soon as I can. I love it down there. So, but I'll kick it out here for a bit in New York and just chill and train away and take it from there, mate. So just be happy and chill and get fit as anything.
Thanks a lot for coming on.
No worries, mate. Take it easy.
So Gaston's Secret, the Lottery Child book, you can get that at Amazon. It's available as an ebook or a paper book. And it was a good read. It was really interesting.
Cool.
All right, a couple more things to talk about before we go to the mats. First of all, we filmed a Nino Schembri seminar all on the omoplata a couple years ago, and we finally made the footage available. It's a really cool seminar. He shows, I mean, if you know Nino, you know that he's Mr. Omoplata.
Yeah.
And he hits it from all positions. From here we see some of the footage from the clip.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's got all the details, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of all the details,
he's the inventor of the Gogo
He
Plata
is.
as well.
I remember seeing the tournament. He did it in the tournament. 98, I think.
Neon belly to omoplata? I'd never thought of that before.
So Sean, when you saw him do the Gogo Plata, was everyone just like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, I saw it in I can't remember the guy he did it to. It was in 1998, I believe. Wow. I saw him do it, you know, and he finished. He come to Henzo's quite a bit, you know, because he's Henzo's black belt. So I was really fortunate to train with him. He showed me one option and that I use all the time from omoplata when a guy tries to stand up and you hook the far leg and then you roll through. Like he did this one in 2000, I think. He did it to not the Verissimo, I think, in the world. You know, it was like that was my favorite move of that whole entire tournament, man. If you watch Mark Lehman's remix You know, it's on
now,
there.
those were the coolest.
That was the best DVD set ever.
Best DVD, even for Gia, like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like, man, that was like the best DVD ever.
Yeah.
That's like, I know, the music, everything.
It's freaking awesome. It's highly, maybe not so quite so kosher, but man, those things were awesome, right?
Perfect.
And,
Good job, Mark Lehman.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he hit a rolling thing, and I asked him about it when he was up at Headley's. He showed me it, and I use it all the time still, man.
Yeah.
I use it all the time.
This seminar is available on demand on BudoVideos.com. It's only $5.99. It's a great deal. If you want to up your own plotted game, definitely want to check out. Next item up is the Show Your Roll Ring Gi. This is going up on pre-sale. Everybody's always asking me, when can I get one? When can I get one? Well, Monday is your chance at 3 o'clock Pacific time. We have a picture here what the gi looks like. Maybe we don't. But
It's black with purple. It looks amazing.
yeah, it's a really nice looking gi. Go to BudoVideos.com. You can see it there. It goes up live at 3 p.m. on Monday, and it won't last long. Last thing I want to talk about before we go to the mats is Defense Soap Super Shield. This item just came out recently, actually just yesterday. It is a laundry protector. You put this on your 2 ounces in the 2 ounces, just this little cap full in the wash, and it's supposed to protect your gear.
Can I smell that? Can I smell
It doesn't have an odor. There's no perfumes in it or anything, so there's no scent.
You notice Budo Dane here. I'm going to call him Budo Beauty. Like, yeah, you know Barker's Beauties from, yeah. Can you just give us a little, like, Barker's Beauty over here? Woo! Budo Beauty.
I used this last night in my wash, and one thing that surprised me after reading the label, it lasts for 30 washes. It's supposed to keep your gear protected.
So you wash your gi once, and then
It's covered for 30 washes after that.
Whoa.
You just put 2 ounces into the wash, and it makes it antimicrobial. So pretty cool. I mean, it's something that's hard to gauge the effectiveness, you know. But if I don't get any staph or ringworm, then I'll be happy.
it makes every day a victory.
Yeah.
Really.
All right. Well, that's all we had for today. Now let's go on to the mats, and Bill's going to show us something cool.
Nice.
Stay tuned, guys.
I'm excited.
Let's go.
BudoVideos.com, home of the world's largest selection of quality Jiu-Jitsu kimonos. Show Your Roll, Storm, Tatami, Bull Terrier, Venom, and others. Styles from more than 30 top brands in stock and ready to ship. BudoVideos.com. You're only a click away from owning a new gi today.
Hi, I'm Rick Brown from LibertyStrengthTraining.com, and I'm here for my friends at Kaizen Athletic to introduce to you the new Kaizen Athletic Power Mace. If you're a grappler, if you do Jiu-Jitsu, if you need a strong grip, you need a Power Mace. Every time you pick it up, your hands are gripping this thick handle, and you're getting a workout for your forearms, your elbows, your arms, and your hands. It's incredible. I'd like to show you a few of the movements that you can do with these 4 different sizes. The Kaizen Athletic Power Maces are available in 15, 20, 30, and 45 pounds and are available at BudoVideos.com.
All right, what do you have for me, Bill?
Well, I got a Darce to triangle because there's a lot of strong necks out there that won't tap to my Darces. So I'm going to use my stronger limbs, my legs, to finish them into the triangle. So I've gone to this position. I always like to bait offside control to the single. As the guy comes up, I lock up my Darce. You won't even be really locked in fully all the way. Okay? You can be just barely my fingertips in. But this is what I do. When I'm squeezing, I'll be squeezing here for about a good minute or 30 seconds. I'm squeezing, and the guy's not tapping. So what I do, since he's got my leg already wrapped up, I just post it up like knee on belly. 1, post the knee on his stomach. Okay. 2, I'm gonna cup his arm and his neck like this. Real simple. It just lets go from here. Look. Okay. 2, from this grip, and 3, I throw my leg over and I'm jumping over on my side like a little side judo break ball. You know. Now I got that triangle right here. I arch my hips up to get the arm across. As he comes up, I'm already going underneath to get that angle. Remember, it's not a try in front of the guy. It's a try angle. All right? So again, one more time. Okay, from a different angle, from that side, it's fine. Okay. Arm in. Notice the arm's out. It works better. It can still work good if the arm's inside, the hand's inside, but I gotta trap the elbow. That's key. See that? So you can see his elbow. That's key. Okay. So 1, I get the Darce. Okay. 1, I get the leg up. 2, I go from the Darce to the cup. 3, I go leg over for that triangle. Arch the hips. Boom. Okay. And there you go. The Darce to the triangle.
Can we see it one last time, Bill?
For
Full
sure.
speed?
For sure. Full speed. This side. Okay. I'm here. Locking it. I'm putting my hair up.
I believe. Awesome stuff from Bill the Grill. Thanks a lot for coming in today, Bill.
Got it.
Next week we'll be back with another episode of This Week in BJJ. Our guest next week will be AJ Agazarm, so be sure to stay tuned. And now we're gonna roll.
Yes. 2 at the same time. What? This is how you defense roll. This is how you get jumped. This is how you protect yourself. This is how you protect yourself in a street fight.
I'm attacking the wrong person.
This is how you attack yourself in a street fight. This is how you gotta practice, guys. In the gym. I noticed it's harder to defend with 2 people. It's actually easier to defend because
I have no idea what I'm doing.
The other guy wants to do attack, but he can't because the other guy's in the way. So I just use him as a shield. It's like, this is pretty tough. I'm defending like 2 attacks. There you go. There you have it.
You won.
Budo videos in the house, baby.
Woo! That concludes this installment of This Week in BJJ. Subscribe on iTunes, watch and review past episodes, and then be sure to join us again next Friday night, right here for another live edition of This Week in BJJ.